Alright, so we're going to go over setting up the SMC Vector. Pretty lightweight, artificial high direction anchor, just artificial high direction made by SMC. Weighs about 3 pounds, actually a little bit less than that. Ends up coming with a spiked foot right here that's removable for storage or for non-usage, and also a rolled foot for anywhere that you don't want to have your spike jabbing into. You've got two 36 kilonewton rigging plates that rotate freely on either end of the device. And we can use this horn right here or this horn here for wrapping rope, which kind of reduces the amount of carabiners that we end up putting onto it. What I'm trying to do is negotiate this edge right here. As you can see, would it be something that you'd want to put your rope over? And so with that, we're going to do two front guys, one back guy to the master point that we have here on this free and floating anchor, using a Rock Exotica bolt right now. And then we're just going to kind of show you how to set it up. So I've determined that this is going to be my position right here that I'm going to lock into as far as going over the edge. So now I need to do front guys and back guys. So making sure not to drop my tube, I keep it back out of the way. Make sure I've got some travel restraint on. And then I'm going to focus on doing all of my rigging with this Sterling power cord. If you're not really familiar with power cord, 5.9 millimeter, holds almost 5,000 pounds, so pretty good stuff. If you're in the market of getting something to replace your old webbing or your old cordage, this would be something I would highly recommend. Very robust and very low stretch, so it makes it great for tensioning your guys. Alright, so I know we're going to have one end that's going to terminate here at the horn. I'm going to do around past another anchor, and then I've got to have enough to come back and then go to another anchor and back. So what I'm doing is I'm just flaking up my cordage ahead of time just to make life a little easier. I know that for the purpose of this demonstration, I've got some bolts that are already mounted here in the rock, so I'm just going to be hooking into them using these Rock Exotica Rock D's. Beautiful. Alright. I'm just going to come back and get the same thing here, give myself a little bit of lead on my Aztec kit. Now that I've got my cords ran to my different anchors, I'm just going to start by doing a small figure 8 on a bite. I want the loop to be big enough to be able to go through the rigging plate and around the horn, but like anything else, don't make your knots any bigger than they have to be. Apologize for the wind out here. It's a beautiful day, but definitely a little bit on the windy side. Next portion of the video, we're going to go over edge transitioning with the SMC Vector. I know there's been a lot of talk in the rescue community about this not being that great. It does have some limitations. One of the big limitations being that depending on what way you use it, as a high directional, it's only got a working load of 2 kilonewtons, but if you're using it as a straight up artificial high anchor, it's only 1 kilonewton. So we're going to employ it in the high direction aspect today, and we're going to try to make sure that our resultant force is directly in line with our compression member. We're going to keel it over the edge, probably at about 45 degrees, maybe about 50, 55 degrees actually. I'm going to show you what that looks like to be able to negotiate this nasty surface. So now that this is hooked in at least to some part of my system, I know that if I drop it, I'm not going to lose it. Really, that running lead from down here is just going to come right back up, and we're just going to put it around the horn. Now we've made a beautiful. All right. So I know I get my angle to where I want it. That's about what I'm going to do. So I'm going to lock this in place. You can do it with multiple different ways. I'm going to use a mule hitch and then a half hitch to lock it in. And once you start having this whole system tension, it starts actually holding it pretty well with all the cords wrapped around the horn of the Vector. All right. So now I've got that terminated. I'm going to take the continual end of my cordage here, do another figure 8 on a bite, to do the same exact thing, right around the horn. And so I've just dead legged this section right here, not using it anymore. Now, since we've already run down to our anchor over here, now we're just going to take up some slack, and the whole goal here is to get it up and around the horn as well. Here is to take and take and take. Beautiful. I've got it seated down in that crack down there, if you can see. And the goal here is to kind of take it, get it the angle you want it, so that when we start putting our back tie on it, it opposes itself. All right. I'm going to pull it back down. I'm going to finish this off with a mule hitch and a half hitch, and I'll be able to come back and pull more tension on it if need be later. All right, so now I'm ready to go. I just need to get a back pull on this to get it where it needs to be. Okay. For this, I'm actually going to use the other end of my power cord and a carabiner or two. And basically, we're going to do the same thing, just another figure 8 on a bite around the horn. With this, we start running around too many sections of cord around the horn. It ends up getting really difficult, which is good and bad. It's nice for holding tension against it. It's bad for trying to pan it out or tighten it down. So now we've got it hooked here. I'm going to clip a carabiner in. We'll use that for our return friction. And there we go. Okay. Take one more rock D over to my anchor. Alright, so now we've made our last connection here. We're going to tighten, 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 tighten. And you can see that you can take all day. In fact, I'm going to come back here to my anchor just to terminate this rope back here. As I'm putting these last strands on to tighten it up, I'm going to take and pull each section. So beautiful. Oh yeah. And the goal here is to get all the tension locked into the system so that when you go to load it, there's no travel whatsoever. Terminate that with 2 round turns and then a mule hitch and a half hitch, which might be a little redundant, but it's fine. All right, so now I've got really firm direction anchor set up. The remainder of my cord I'll take, get it straightened up, and then I'll get the system rigged up and we'll do another video once we have that. You got it. Hey, how are you? What do you need? Go for it. Give me a second. Just doing some rigging lab videos for rigging a new artificial high direction anchor. So we're using some really high strength, low weight kind of stuff. You're welcome to clip in to that as well. Let me just pop the. No, you're fine. It's all good. Should be able to pop that and fix that. Feel free to clip into it. You're welcome. You're doing awesome.